Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Feyi from Black Things UK. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
Thank you. So I'll dive right into my questions.
Okay.
Between this film, Quiet Place Day One, Jordan Peele's Us, and the comedy horror you starred in, Little Monsters, some people might start calling you a scream queen.
Ow.
How do you feel about this label, especially from the context of a black woman?
Oh, I love it. I mean, any label with queen in it is lovely, right?
Facts.
Yeah, no, I guess it's a label that indicates that I'm resonating with a group of people that care about this genre and about what's going on in it, and that means a lot.
You're not purposely picking horror roles, are you? Or...
No, I'm not. I'm not purposely picking them. They're picking me. I've picked the roles so far. I've been lucky enough to work on movies and roles that that offer me variety, you know? I love the challenges that the roles I've played have offered me in the horror genre. It just happens to be in the horror genre. In fact, when this film came through, I was like, really? Am I really gonna do another horror? And then I read the script and I was like, I think I'm gonna do another horror. Because the character was interesting and Sam is like no one I've played so far and very different from me. So it was an exciting option. With monsters.
Speaking of Sam, that touches really well on my next question. So, as a character, just tell me about her. What do you like about her as a person? Why should we root for her against monsters?
Well, we've given you no choice. You have to root for her. She's the lead. But no, Sam is a woman who doesn't live in New York, and she comes to New York for the day, on a day trip when this invasion happened, and everything changes for her, everything changes for New York, everything changes for the world. And she's forced to try and figure out how to survive in this new world. She has a companion, a cat called Frodo, and they try to survive this world together. And along the way, they come across a perfect stranger to join forces with. So all I can say without getting into trouble is that she's very different from who I am.
Interesting bit of tidbit.
Yeah.
And it's interesting you mentioned the cat. I've already seen people online saying they'll ride or die for that cat.
I know. And you know, how does it make me feel? That nobody cares anymore about what happens to me.
No, they care. They just,
I
know, they need
the
to
cat
see...
steals the show.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
So, assuming your character in the script wasn't initially written as a black woman, I'm just assuming you came after the script.
No.
Did you contribute any details to the character in order to kind of merge your identity with the identity of the character?
Fun fact is that they came to me. So I didn't, this is not a role that I sought. And thank you, John Krasinski and Michael Sarnowski, for coming to me. So I really don't know what the history of the character is. And I didn't want to know, you know, I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm a person first, and I know how to be a person. And I think always I'm looking for, when I'm working on a role, I'm interested in the humanity of the person first. And then of course you have to think about the perception. You have to think about racial perceptions because you have no choice but to think about that and to consider what it might add to a public conversation, a cultural conversation. But I don't think that's always the vehicle for telling a story. And in this story, Sam's race has got nothing to do with the invasion. It's got nothing to do with the circumstances of the world. And I love that I get to occupy that space.
That's so good to hear, because I did think in an apocalyptic world, it's
there
a
are black
real
people
level.
in an apocalypse.
Yes, yeah, and we're all the same. We're all just trying to survive.
Yes, and we don't care at that point.
Yeah. So very quickly, my last question. So you filmed in London, I believe.
Yes, we filmed in the UK.
And this is Joseph Quinn's hometown.
Yes,
so
it is.
please tell me, he showed you around, you hung out, went to dinner at his family's house.
Yeah, we did hang out. This was a very intense shoot, so I couldn't do that much hanging out because a lot of it rested on my shoulders. But when I could, I definitely did it with Joe. We had dinners. I went to see a show of a friend of his.
Oh.
He took me around South London. Yeah, we had a really good time when we could. But it was a lot of work and very little play, I have to admit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair for a really big film like this.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Well, that's my time.
Okay.
But thank you so much.
Yeah,
It's been
thank
so nice
you.
speaking to you.
It's
and
been good to
lovely
speak to
see
you too. Thank you.